This is not what Dallas Cowboys fans want to see.
Nope.
Your star player, Ezekiel Elliot, handcuffed at a big music festival in Las Vegas. TMZ Sports got this story this morning, broke the story, and got this video, and is really alarming. Everything that happened leading up to him being in handcuffs. But check out the video, and then we're going to tell you what ended up happening to Ezekiel Elliott. But he is there with this woman. She's wearing some underwear, but it's very thin. Hence the blur there. But there's some dispute going on between them. Now he gets in front of her with his body. Then security comes over, and you can see that. Leans into the security guard. The guy falls over, and then he's in handcuffs. So. Some people feel like they jumped the gun in putting him in cuffs.
So here's what happened. So the woman that was with him is his longtime girlfriend, and people saw them arguing in the parking lot at EDC, which, by the way, EDC is a massive music festival, and she's just wearing like a sexy costume.
That's typical for what's
typical. If you ever go to Vegas for EDC, it's the craziest thing you've ever seen. So they're arguing in the parking lot, and she's trying to walk away, and he's kind of using his body to block her out. So some people thought, oh, that doesn't look like it's good. So security and event staff walked over there to talk to them, and then you saw the clip. If you hear the sound up, you see Ezekiel get into this one parking lot attendant's face, and he goes, "You got something to say, tough guy?" And he kind of uses his body to ram him into the gate, and he knocks him over. So the cops saw that because security's there, and also Las Vegas Metro PD is there. They all watch this.
Well, you can't defend that, can you?
I mean, Ezekiel Elliott is a big, strong guy, and this dude is a skinny dude in a hoodie. I mean, and he walks him into the gate.
He's not an NFL player.
That's right.
He's got to push him over, right?
And he's not even in a security capacity. The guy's like watching the parking lot, okay?
Right.
Well, even if he was security, I mean, he pushed the guy over, right?
That's right. I personally, I think that Zeke crossed the line here, but so did the cops, because they took him aside and they handcuffed him and they took him into custody. It wasn't an official arrest. They just detained him and they talked about it. Ultimately, from what we're hearing, the man who got knocked over told cops, look, I don't want to press charges. I don't want to make this any bigger than it needs to be. So Zeke was released. And then he flew back to Dallas, where he hosted a kids camp the following day. But he's not being, no charges being pressed here, but it's a bad look for him. And even though he wasn't arrested, the big deal now is the NFL can suspend him for violating the league's personal conduct policy if they feel his actions reach that point.
How many I mean, don't they have a structure for this now? And how many?
Not for this specifically. If it was domestic violence, he would be in trouble. But this isn't a domestic incident. So
well, they can't treat this as seriously as domestic violence. Right.
No, but he already has a domestic violence allegation on his record, and that's what he was suspended for in 2017.
Right.
He got 6 games for that, even though he wasn't arrested or charged with a crime in that case, but the NFL's bar is much lower. And so they felt there was enough evidence, even though he denied it, and suspended him 6 games. In this case, you have video where he's in a physical altercation with a person. I would expect that he's going to get suspended for this. I mean, I don't know how you can.
And also, especially because there's a prior incident involving violence. So
and if nothing else, you feel like the league is going to want to send kind of a message to him. But look, it's not. On the violence scale, it's not huge, but he was definitely out of line. I mean, he definitely leaned into the guy and shoved him over.
The NFL wants their spokespeople, like they're the biggest stars in the league, to be ambassadors of good for the sport. And every time you see somebody, you want them to act in a nice, positive way where people want to watch the NFL. And when they see these clips where big, strong Ezekiel Elliott is knocking over a puny little dweeb in a parking lot, it's not a good look.
Dweeb, Evan. What do you call him a dweeb?
I'm sorry. My apologies to the guy in the parking lot.
Your high school jock came out in you there.
Jeez.
Wow.
I mean, the guy's.
Evan, that was
rough.
I shouldn't have used the word.
No, not really.
I immediately regret that.
Hi, this is Clarissa calling from Killeen, Texas, and all I have to say is just, oh no, because I am a diehard Cowboys fan. This is the last thing that I want to see. Zeke, please stay out of trouble. We got a really good shot this year, you know, making a good run. Please stay out of trouble. Overall, I think that guy's right, calling him a dweeb because he was a dweeb.
Oh my
he
God.
was kidding.
Maybe I should see what you started.
Can I retract my apology?
No, just because you have another person who's probably like a high school jock. You guys just picking on everybody else. Oh, look at the dweeb.
Oh my God, your name's Clarissa, right?
Clarissa, yes.
Clarissa, yes.
Oh, it's like Silence of the Lambs.
No, not Clarice.
I'm strong. I'm a jock.
Clarissa just explained it all.
We figured.
Clearly.